Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast on a mission to inspire a world where food makes us better. Welcome to another episode of Athletic Edge, guys, where we are talking about those essential vitamins and minerals that athletes especially need to focus on to make sure that you are performing great while working out and after your workouts and while recovering. Today we are talking about B vitamins. B vitamins, guys, they all play a very big role in energy metabolism. I look at them as being those keys that unlock energy in fats, in proteins, not so much in carbohydrates, because proteins are not an effective energy source for our body. If you didn't know that, carbohydrates and fats are two major energy sources that our body can efficiently use. So B vitamins. It's not enough, guys, to just eat your fats or eat your carbohydrates. You also need B vitamins to metabolize those to get the energy from them and use them for other purposes. So that's why those B vitamins are so special and important. But besides that, guys, all of these B vitamins, and we have, let me tell you how many we have. We have thiamine or B1, we have riboflavin or B2, we have niacin or B3, we have pantothenic acid or B5, we have biotin or B7, we have folate or B9, and we have B12. So that's how many we have, and all of that somehow are important for energy creation or getting that energy from the nutrients we eat or just the metabolism of those nutrients for energy and other purposes in our body. Plus, B vitamins are super important in our blood health. A lot of them are either directly or indirectly participate in red blood cells creation. Those are the same ones where we need a lot of iron to make those. So a lot of B vitamins are needed to create those red blood cells that carry oxygen around our body to our tissues and cells to breathe and to make energy. So if you aren't getting B vitamins, then you might be fatigued, you might experience more muscle soreness, you might be apathetic, you might have poor cognitive function and slow brain, you might have difficulties remembering things or thinking of things when you need them. So B vitamins, a lot of them, and they are very important. And also, again, I talked about blood health and the creation of red blood cells, but also our nerve cells and our nervous systems is also sensitive, very sensitive to a lot of B vitamins, especially folate, especially B12. Actually, if you aren't getting those vitamins on a regular basis, you might suffer permanent, not temporal, but permanent nerve damage, and your cognitive decline going to be much, much faster. But guys, again, I want you to think about your cognitive function, the function of your nervous system. As an athlete, you need those to function at their top capacity, because it doesn't matter how big your muscles are or how lean you are. If your neurons are not firing like this, faster than that probably, if your cells aren't communicating between each other really well, your muscles are not going to be contracting. Your body is not going to be able to react to different modalities in your training or, different things that you got to adapt to perform better. You're just not going to be performing well. And you might not know that, but a lot of people who do, for example, a lot of endurance races, they hit the wall not because they run out of energy, although that also happens, but because their nervous system got fatigued and that might happen faster if you are deficient in those B vitamins. The thing about B vitamins, if you are eating an omnivore diet, so you are eating fish and eggs and animal products along with, of course, plant products, then you probably are getting a lot of those. But if you aren't and you're eliminating food groups from your diet, being plant-based or maybe eating just the animal products that do have most of the B vitamins, but not all of them in considerable amounts. So if you are eliminating some food groups, if you're trying to be 100% plant-based and vegan, then you are definitely, running into a dangerous space or place of being deficient, and it might be, in your future to run into some permanent brain or nerve damage. So B vitamins are really important. And plus, again, you might be apathetic, you might have no life drive, no sex drive, no energy for anything. You just want to get by and do the least possible. And that might change your emotional state, your mental state, as well as the capacity to do things that you need to do in order to achieve something in life or do something, anything in life. You need energy for everything, for your emotions, for your physical things, for your mental state. You need energy for absolutely everything. So now that you understand why you need to care about all B vitamins, not just B6, for example, as you can hear, like B6 is important for energy. That's why we'll put it in all the supplements for athletes. Not just B6, but all of them. Because, for example, B1 is super important to get energy from our carbohydrates. B2 is super important for getting energy from fats. And niacin is important for anything energy related. That is B3 vitamin. Folate is important if you want to learn and adapt and create new connections, because folate makes sure that your new connections are insulated and are more or less permanent. And a lot of those, again, are involved in red blood cells formation and many other processes related to our energy. Now, guys, that you understand how important B vitamins are and how plant-based is really deficient in a lot of them, 100% pure plant-based, you might be more motivated to look into eating those B vitamins. And they're not that difficult to eat if you are eating a variety of whole foods. Now, let's take, for example, lean beefsteak. By the way, guys, fat does not have B vitamins. Like, B vitamins are in lean tissue. That's why being on a ketogenic diet and eating 80 to 90%, even sometimes 90% of calories from your fat might actually make you deficient in B vitamins too, especially if you decide to go keto and plant-based. Now you're really screwed, if you ask me. So let's take lean beef steak, an average cut. So we have 113% in about 8 ounces, by the way, 113% of B12. B3, we have 75%, B6, 65, we have B2, 49, B5, 48. We don't have enough folate, that is B9. We don't have enough biotin. By the way, guys, so let me tell you why we need biotin, right? Folate. I'm looking up all this. Even I, don't remember all of the data about all of the vitamins. So B7 plays a key role in enabling fats, proteins, and sugars to support our life, contributes to energy creation and mental health, and plays a role in reducing the risk of cancer, if that is important to you guys. So anyhow, I was looking at beef lean steak, and we don't have enough B7 at all, like 6% folate, 7%, also B1, just 27%. But other than that, just one beef steak going to give you pretty much half or more than half of majority of B vitamins. Now, one of the champions, when it comes to those missing B vitamins and other vitamins, so B7, B9, Chicken liver and any kind of livers, guys, they are super high in B7 or biotin and folate B9. So in 80 grams or 2.5 ounces of chicken liver, we are getting B12, 700%. By the way, for B12, the more the better. B7 or biotin that we were missing in beef filet steak, 420% just for 80 grams, 420%. Folate, 199, basically 200% in just 80 grams or 2.5 ounces of chicken liver. That's why, in our family, Monday is chicken liver or other liver day, but chicken liver is specifically very high in a variety of nutrients, and it's also easy to cook and it's really pleasant to eat. If you find good quality with good ingredient list chicken liver pate, like for me, that is better than ice cream could ever be. Like on my last birthday, the birthday before this one, I was in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, and when I found chicken liver pate made with natural butter and herbs on the menu, I was like, oh my God, I'm in heaven. So I got the whole thing and ate it with a spoon. I was supposed to put it on some bread, just a little bit, but I eat the whole bowl. It was a small bowl though, by myself. So that was my dessert. And my body was so happy. Anyhow, so just a small piece of chicken liver, 700% of B12, biotin, B7, 420%, folate, 199, 200%, riboflavin or B2, 133, B5, 98%, niacin or B3, 61, B6, 41, and we have even thiamine, B1, 35%. Basically, guys, in chicken liver, we have everything. Once a week, I usually eat about 8 ounces. So that's about like 3 times amount of that. And as you can imagine, I'm eating a lot of B vitamins, and the body can store our B vitamins for a little bit, but they're water soluble. So all that means is it can't store them for a long time, but it can store them for some time. So I eat a lot once a week because, there is a lot of vitamin A, so I'm not sure how that is metabolized. They say, there might be negative consequences with too much vitamin A, but that's why only once a week, not every day. But other than that, guys, it's pretty damn good option for all the B vitamins. And if more people had chicken liver instead of meat-free Mondays, we would have a much better health situation in our country, in our world. So guys, chicken liver, yeah, but beef is also a good source. And if you have, some beef, maybe some eggs for breakfast, maybe some fish for lunch or for dinner, then you would be pretty much eating your B vitamins. The only one that is tricky to get in most animal products is B1. And B1 is important to metabolize carbohydrates. That's why you probably cannot find it in many animal products. But guys, B1, why do we need B1? Contributes to heart function, energy creation, and maintenance of our mental and emotional states through different processes. But again, especially important to metabolize carbohydrates. So B1 is usually better found in plant-based foods, and we're going to talk about how to, what kind of foods to eat to get that additional B1 if you aren't eating enough chicken liver or pork, guys. Pork is high in that B1 vitamin. So an average lean cut of pork, about 8 ounces also, will give us 201% of B1. We're also going to get 111% of B3 or niacin, vitamin B6, 76%, B5, 66, B12, 57, riboflavin or B2, 42. The only things that we are kind of low in, just like with beef, biotin or B7 and folate B9. So pork, when it comes to B vitamins, is quite a nutritious choice. But again, the leaner the cut, the more you're going to get, not the fat. Fat in general, guys, what you want to remember, fat is a necessary component of our diet because, for example, our body needs different kinds of fats to build cell membranes, one of the really important things, all of the cell membranes and all of our cells that contributes to appropriate cell communication. But also we use fat for creation of different hormones, so fat is needed. But don't fool yourself. Fat, other than that, than being a structural material, it is really poor in any sorts of vitamins and minerals. All of those are concentrated in the lean tissues of plants. So, guys, so lean cuts of pork high in a lot of B vitamins, B1 including. That is the only animal product that is high in B1, probably because of the diet of pigs, not sure. Let's look into another food that is quite high in B1 vitamin. That is salmon. So the fillet of salmon, and we have here also 8 ounces of it. So we're gonna get 100% of our B1, but beside that, 275 of B12, a lot of niacin, B5, also a good amount of B6. So salmon is quite great source of B1, but also other B vitamins. So in general, guys, beef, chicken liver, pork, salmon, lean cuts. For salmon, of course, it's fatty cut. You can't make salmon lean. It's not gonna be salmon. So for all of you B vitamins, eat once a week chicken liver, eat some pork, eat some beef. And then when it comes to B1 and plant sources of that, you want to be looking into things like oats, beans, green peas, potatoes, sweet potatoes, and even peanuts. For example, just 1 ounce of peanuts is about 37% of vitamin B1, also quite great amount of B7 or biotin, 63%, B3. So peanuts are a great source of B vitamins, guys. So not like the best, like some animal products, not at all, but for some, especially B1 and B7, it's quite a good source. Sweet potato, actually, let's start with regular potato. So about 8 ounces of regular potato would give you about 43% of your B1. There is also B5, and when it comes to B vitamins, that's about it. When it comes to sweet potato, we have 35% per 8 ounces. And also B5, there is some, B6, there is some, and there is even some folate, but not a lot of most of the B vitamins. But B1 equate, 40% or so potatoes, sweet potatoes. Now, green peas, 100 grams of cooked green peas would be about 55% of B1. So guys, if you're eating, for example, what I'm trying to help you to learn is, if you want to get a full profile of your B vitamins on a regular basis, then you for sure want to be eating your the variety of different animal products. You might eat some salmon, some chicken liver, some pork, some beef. Actually look at the eggs. And so guys, and then you will pair them up with something like maybe a little bit of peanuts, maybe some frozen peas that will give you 55% of B1 for 100 grams of cooked sweet peas, or even your oats, oats, 100 grams of cooked oats, the wholer, meaning the less processed, the better, of course, because in processed oats, there's going to be a lot of vitamins and minerals lost, B1 including. So in non-refined cooked oats, 3.5 ounces or 100 grams is about 56% of your BO1. And then beans, especially black beans, would have a lot of different nutrients, but when it comes to B1, it's also 50% in 100 grams of cooked black beans. Red kidney beans would have a little bit less, actually like 10 to 15% less, 37%. So you pair these foods up with any of your animal products and your B vitamins, and a lot of actually other vitamins and minerals are going to be covered in those meals. So I wanted to check the egg for B vitamins because egg yolk specifically is very nutritious, guys, when it comes to different vitamins and minerals. Egg white probably has just the protein. Let's look actually at the whole egg. Egg whole or not whole. So eggs, one average boiled egg will give us, when it comes to B vitamins, so B12, 38%, just one egg. B7, 27%, B2, 20%, B5, 15%. We're not going to be getting a lot of folate or B6, B1, B3, but B12, B7, some B vitamins. So basically we can find in egg too, but not sufficient to cover our requirements in B vitamins. So make sure to also eat some of the animal products. A lot of seafood would be also high in B vitamins. So let's look into mussels. Those are super high in B vitamins, for example. So about 3 ounces of mussels or mussel meat would give us 400% of B12, 23 B2, B7, 15, some of the B vitamins, but not much. So the richer sources seems to be livers, as we talked about, paired with some frozen or cooked peas, potatoes, sweet potatoes, some maybe peanuts, maybe some whole oats, and you're going to get all of your B vitamins. And on other days when you aren't eating chicken livers, eat some salmon and other seafood. I'm just saying salmon, but other fish also will be quite good source of B vitamins. Then we have beef steak or pork steak, also great sources of B vitamins, like really amazing sources, again, except maybe for B1, that you can get from potatoes, sweet potatoes, beans, peas, peanuts, and oats. And so the pattern, guys, and about eating pattern, we're going to talk about more tomorrow, when we will try to bring together all of the aspects of eating for athletic performance. So eating patterns that will give you the best profile of B vitamins. Eating patterns are, again, the variety of different animal products with addition of some starchy foods on some days or, on a lot of days. Peas, potatoes, sweet potatoes, peanuts, beans, and you're gonna get all of your B vitamins. And again, guys, why do we need all of these B vitamins? Because they're like these small keys that unlock energy in our fat-rich foods, in our carbohydrate-rich foods. They help us to metabolize proteins. They help our body to create red blood cells, or those cells that carry oxygen to all of our cells and our tissues, without oxygen we can't survive even for a few minutes, guys. So it is important. And again, if you are eliminating a whole food group, now when it comes to B vitamins, eliminating plant foods is not going to be that detrimental, to be honest. Like B1 you can get from your pork or chicken liver, or combination of different foods. But if you are on a plant-based diet 100% completely, or you eat very little amount of animal products, then you might be running in some B vitamins deficiencies, guys. And So if you are on a plant-based diet, sorry guys, I'm just being interrupted by some noise and losing my thought a little bit. But if you're on a plant-based diet or you are eating very limited amount of animal products, now, dairy products do not have that much of vitamin to offer when it comes to B vitamins. So if you are on a plant-based diet or eating very little animal products, you aren't getting your B vitamins. And guys, at the very least, if you can't for some reason consider whole food sources of B vitamins, at least consider some good quality supplement, because that, again, your emotional and mental resilience and fatigue, your energy creation. And for athlete, it's equally important to have energy and to have a well-functioning nervous system. So it is important. So guys, eat variety of your animal products and a lot of vegetables with them, and you're going to be doing really well. So that's it for today, guys. Tomorrow we're gonna cover potassium and magnesium that are also super important and people are not eating enough. And for an athlete, those are major minerals that are involved in almost every single reaction. So anyhow, guys, that's what we're going to be talking tomorrow. Today we covered B vitamins and eating partners for those vitamins. Share this episode with some other athletic person who is equally interested in eating for better performance on the track, while working out and also in life. Together we learn better, together we practice better, together we are more motivated to stick with it. So share, learn together, practice together. Stay tuned. And as usual, guys, till next time, eat better daily.